get this question all the time. What should I do with my life? What should I do for my job? Or what career is a good fit for me? So today's video is a first of a 3-part mini-series to learn more about what job you should have, especially if you were to step into tech or want to get into your dream job in a non-tech role in tech. So this 3-part series includes 3 things, right? So one is finding out what you want to do, bringing out your strengths, and lastly, it's leveraging your current assets and experiences to bring you to the next stage of your life. Those 3 things are very, very different, and I wanted to make sure that we covered it thoroughly in 3 different videos. I'm Bessie Tam from BessieTam.com, helping busy professionals get into their dream non-tech jobs in tech. If you like this video, then make sure you hit the bell and subscribe. So, finding out what you want to do. So before I step into the core component of this video, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the 2 specific objectives. First is knowing what you want to do is not actually about having one career, but many careers. So Sheryl Sandberg, COO of Facebook, famously said that you should think of your career not as a ladder, but as a jungle gym. Different jobs or different careers should link up together in many different ways so that you can connect the dot and see a bigger picture that ladders towards what you want to do. Second of all, it's the non-negotiables that matter. So, these are things that are traits of your life instead of just a job itself. These are, relationships, work-life balance, lifestyle, are you traveling, how many people are you working with, health, the support you get from your career, mentorship, etc. So these are not necessarily the core of what you want to do, but in general is supporting factors towards what your life should look like. That's what we want to cover today, especially in the 5 different questions you should ask yourself in order to find out what you want to do. Before I ask these 5 questions, I would love for you to take a notebook and pen out so that you can write out the question, but also your answer to it. Your answer should be as thorough as you can, whether it's 1 full page, bullet points, or even 5 pages of just notes. I usually like to have, some calming music behind the scenes so that I can kind of think through my answers and be able to visualize and be able to answer my questions thoroughly. Set your notebook and pen in place. Set a timer of maybe 5 minutes per question where you can answer it thoroughly before you jump to the next question. The first question, what would you be doing if fear was not a factor? What would you be doing if fear was not a factor? A lot of times we lead our life with fear. What would people think? What would people say? I'm not right for this. I'm not ready for this. But if fear was not a factor, what would you be doing? Would you be, doing more speaker events? Would you be coaching more people and mentoring people, whether they're in high school, college, or people in your company? Would you be leading a specific project that you wanted to lead but didn't have the courage to say, raise your hand to? For me, the fact that I'm here filming this video is really scary to me, because what if there's people who say that my video is not good? But I know that I need to share my message more with people out in the world, because everything that I share with you are tools that I've used in order to help me with my career, and I want that for you as well. Second question, who do I want to be like when I grow up? Who do I want to be like when I grow up? So the beauty of this question is that we have someone to look forward to that has the traits of a life that we want. It's easier for us to identify the things that we want or don't want versus brainstorming it on our own. So for example, I really love the work ethic and passion and enthusiasm and creativity that Beyonce brings. At the same time, I love the audacity and the helpfulness and caring nature that Oprah brings to the table that allows her to do and help a lot more people. So, who do I want to be like? What do they do on a daily basis? What kind of work do they do in order to make them who they are? What do I like about them? What might not I take from them? So it doesn't have to be one person, it could be many people. But in that case, you would be able to visualize, these are things I really want to do, that I want my lifestyle to be like that. Third question. Out of everything I've done in my personal, recreational, and professional life, what did I feel like I was in the zone most? And what was I most proud of? And why? So this is a question or exercise I put into my 7-day free emo course as well, which I can link below. It's awesome because it will help us understand what makes us really excited. In the end, a career is very, very fulfilling as long as we're excited about it every day. If you think about a 24-hour time frame, we're at our jobs 8 hours of the time. And of course, if you're an entrepreneur, it might be more than that. With that in mind, we need to make sure that we are in the zone or doing work that we love and truly enjoy. For example, I was most in the zone when I was leading my dance team in college. It is a while back, but it's definitely something I think about all the time and something I strive for. Reason was because I was leading an organization of 80 people and was able to sell out all of our shows on biannual basis. Everyone was so amazing, and I was able to be creative as well as holding a managerial position that I can see myself doing in the future. Another thing that you could do as a subset of this question is actually ask peers, when did you see me in the zone the most or in my element the most? What specifically brings it out? As a second question too, you could ask them, what are my weaknesses? What would bring it out? You could approach it as an ask for for new goals, or as a new way of learning about yourself and asking them for advice. I need your help. I would love to learn more about myself and be able to hone into my strengths. Would you be able to share this insight, even if it takes you just 2 to 5 minutes? Fourth question. If today were the last day of your life, would you want to do what you are about to do today? The reason why this question is great is because it puts things into perspective. If today were your last day or last 24 hours, you'd be able to understand what is the desired impact you would want to make from your life, whether it's for those around you, for the people you can help. But having this perspective doesn't mean you're going to jump into this job or lifestyle tomorrow. As if, the last day of my life, I want to spend time with my family, be able to travel, and be able to impact a lot more people to get their dream jobs. I may or may not be able to do that today, but it's something that I have in mind to be able to strive for. Lastly, what does your ideal day look like? If it's, let's say, a typical Saturday or Sunday, what are you doing? What, if you weren't watching TV or eating meals or sleeping, what would you be doing that would make that day ideal? A good exercise is to actually walk through the day from start to finish. What time would you wake up? Where would you wake up? What does it look like? Who's around you? Who is with you? After you wake up, are you with your family? Are you sending your kids to school? Are you working on key projects, writing a book, writing keynotes? What do your meals look like? Are you cooking them? Do you have a personal chef? Are you flying to different places, planning for travel? What does your work look like? Are you helping people online? Do you have a team in person? Are you in the office? I asked this for one of my students and friends before, and she said that her ideal day would be in the office working with her team and actually storyboarding a brand campaign with Post-its on the wall. It's really interesting how everyone's perspectives are very different, but thinking about a typical Saturday would be very helpful so that you can completely visualize that day into your notebook and write it down. So here are the 5 different questions that you can ask yourself in order to understand what do you actually want. Again, I would love to see what your answers are. Comment below. If you like this video and want to follow up on the 2 other aspects, what are the tools to understand your strengths, and how do you leverage your past assets and experiences in order to ladder towards your next step in your life, then make sure you hit the bell and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.